Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Programele noastre oferă multe limbi. Vă puteți uita pe suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nowadays, you can go to the convenience store to insert your NHI card. And if your income tax is less than 20K Taiwan dollars that year, you can just print that QR code and hand it to the staff at the convenience store and pay for it.
Minister Audrey Tang, Using Technology to Enhance Democracy, Part 2 of 3. Continue watching to find out more.
Aloha means hello in Hawaiian. I'm Kyo. The people of Hawaii and the United States thank you for your eco-conscious manner and caring for our animal friends. Noble viewers, welcome to part 2 of Using Technology to Enhance Democracy, featuring Minister Audrey Tang. As the Digital Minister of Taiwan, Formosa, Minister Tang uses technology in many innovative ways to serve her nation. On today's program, Audrey begins by telling us about the Presidential Hackathon, a governmental program that encourages citizens to share their ideas about social innovations.
The Presidential Hackathon is a idea that we get those social innovations, and every year the president chooses 5 to give them a trophy. The trophy is a shape of Taiwan with a micro projector underneath. If you turn it on, it shows the project leaders getting this trophy from the president, and the president promising whatever you try in the past 3 months, we're committed to make it a national priority for the next 12 months. So one of the winner for this year's Social Innovation Hackathon is the Circuit Plus, which in Mandarin is called Feng Cha. Feng Cha, or tea serving, is a very venerated tradition in Taiwan, where the shops put a very large pot of tea outside of their door for people who are thirsty to refill their cups. It's like a self-serving water station. It's been going on for, I think, 100 years or so, or more. And so the app that the people working on the Presidential Hackathon team developed is a Feng Cha app where it shows water refill stations near you. And not only is the quality of the water checked, it has a, like Pokemon Go, a progress bar that shows how many other people are doing this water refill along with you, whether you can unlock some mission and visit some special, like locally, culturally significant shops and so on, and you can collect coins that can be redeemed into the local, favorite black tea or green tea or whatever, like specialty drinks and so on. So this is a game based on not using plastic bottles, but rather using refill as a habit. Because we know that people who refill is a habit. And for people who buy fresh bottles, that's also a habit. And habits are very difficult to change. So making a funny game where people would not think that, oh, I'm getting, water refills, but rather I'm participating in the revitalization of the tea serving culture. And that is an angle that can get people to really change their behavior and save plastic bottles and save the planet. And so that was one of the winners of the Presidential Hackathon.
Minister Tang next shares her thoughts about artificial intelligence, AI, and open source data. She believes these technologies can be highly beneficial in advancing democracy.
To me, AI is assistive intelligence, meaning that just like a human assistant, we would ask for their value to align with ours. And if they make some decisions or actions that seems questionable, we will require them to give a full account. So value alignment and accountability are the most important things around AI. And open source, open data are just a way to make sure that this accountability is easier to achieve. That's saying, like if you buy a car, you're free to take the front lid up and inspect each component in that engine. If they seal off the front lid, that means that you cannot understand why the car works. And if people do not have access to such a knowledge, they would not be able to then to reason about the mechanics or to improve upon the car. But scientific progress is based on the open access and publishing model. So if people can only be consumers and never be producers of data, of media, and so on, then we would just have an elite class that make all the decisions and other people that just follows the decisions. And that stops to be a democracy.
Tech-loving viewers, we're going to take a moment now to do some refreshing exercises. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Brilliant viewers, welcome back to our interview with Minister Audrey Tang, as she explains 3 ways in which assistive intelligence, AI, is useful in governing a nation.
So it's useful on 3 different areas. One is simply about saving time. There's a lot of public sector work that are routine, that are paper-based. And for a paper-based copy to make 10 copies, it's 10 times more time and resource compared to make 1 copies. But in the digital, make 10 copies, make 10,000 copies. It's the same time, the same resource. And so on the digital world, making copies is essentially at no marginal cost. So if we can digitize more of the government records and so on, when the person says, oh, I want to access all the government knows about me in one place, we make such a copy and it comes at no cost. But if this person goes to the various different offices to ask for paper copies, it's very time consuming for this person. And so the My Data portal in Taiwan shows this idea of just with one button, you can download everything a certain agency has on you. And then you can exercise your rights of updating it or asking for deletion or asking to make new entries and things like that. And so this one-click access of all the personal data is very time-saving, not only for citizens, but also for public servants, because we do not want to spend our days making photocopies, right? If this could be automated, the more the better. So that's the one. So aside from the digitization, we also make optimization. For example, a lot of people in the Taiwan Water Company are listening to the water pipes for possible leaks because in Taiwan, water resource is an important thing. But on the Keelung region, for example, it takes on average 2 months before a water leak to happen and it to be discovered by the rotating people who listen to the pipe with a stethoscope-like device. And so using assistive intelligence, they built a chatbot as part of Presidential Hackathon a couple years ago so that the repair people can wake up and look at a chatbot, and the chatbot will inform them that these are the 3 likely leaking places by analyzing the water pressure, water flow, and things like that, and with like 70% confidence. So if they travel to only those 3 places with 70% confidence, chances are that they will spend most of their day, instead of routinely checking the pipes that are not leaking, they will be spending time creatively thinking about how to plug those leaks, right? And so this is more job satisfaction, and it saves water. And it also shares, for example, with the New Zealand Wellington Water Company. That team eventually went to Wellington, and because the climate change, they did not have a water shortage problem, but increasingly they're now facing this problem. So instead of just buying a certain solution, they co-created this diagnostics tool that can optimize people's time with the Taiwan government. And so the cross-sectoral and international collaboration could be based on this optimization of our environmental resources. So that's optimization. And finally, it could also lead to new ways to think about public sector service. For example, to file a tax in Taiwan used to be you have to go to the tax office, or you have to download this kind of ugly, hard to use Windows software. And nowadays, you can go to the convenience store to insert your NHI card. And if your income tax is less than 20K Taiwan dollars that year, you can just print that QR code and hand it to the staff at the convenience store and pay for it, and that's it. And so it's easy to pay your income taxes now in more than 12,000 different convenience store pods, and they essentially become extensions of the tax agency. And that's a kind of innovation that could only happen if we have all the card readers figured out, we have the connection to the National Health Insurance Agency figured out, and so on. So it builds upon the digitization and optimization work. So it does not only save time to improve the quality, but it also makes people trust each other more, because the convenience store people can show the elderly or people who are not that used to digital technologies how to operate a kiosk. And the elderly people, once they learn about it, they can teach other elderly people. And so people's trust in each other increases every time someone teaches someone else how to use such innovations.
We applaud you, Minister Audrey Tang, for the innovative technologies that make people's lives easier and their jobs more interesting. May the divine bless you for your consideration of society's needs. For more information about Taiwanese Formosan Digital Minister Audrey Tang, please visit pdis.nat.gov.tw. Virtuous viewers, thank you for spending your precious time with us today. Please join us again next Monday, November 23rd, for part 3 of this series. Coming up next is Dr. Anita Krine's Vegan and the Animal Save Movement, part 3 of 3, right after noteworthy news. May your life be full of inner peace and joy.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GG.